My mentor told me, don't delete any of your work. Don't delete it. I'm like, oh. So it is April 9th, 2026, probably 2 years later, that she told me that an educator, because they never cease educating and teaching, right? And loving and nurturing. Oh. So last night I was going through my older devotions. I was going back maybe, I'm still a bit new to the platform, like 2 years, maybe a little bit over it. But usually when I re-listen to things, it might be the day before, maybe a week or a few days, that I can cringe through. But let me soften my voice and calm the heck down. Going back once, over a year or two, I was like, Lord, what? Is that me? Why do I sound like that? What was I thinking? Right? So, I have an uncle. I won't name him. But he nicknamed me Charlie. Which is why I used that pen name for a second. But it's Cherise, but I'm still Charlie to him. I think he was, what do you call it, exonerated? Or his record was wiped clean or something. I don't know. And so I don't know much about it, to be honest. Like, the legal system and, whatnot and records. I Googled it not too long ago. What does that mean if someone's exonerated? I think that's the correct term. It means that I guess they no longer carry the charges or maybe the label or the name that they're, a felon or whatever. I don't know, a criminal history. But it is still recorded somewhere. Right? It's not completely, it hasn't completely vanished. It's not completely gone. There's access to that history somewhere. So getting back to my older devotions and poems and songs, I'm like, I even sound different. Of course it's, almost 2 years ago or, over this journey. But, as my mentor said, you don't delete it. That is you. That is nobody but you, right? However you sound, however you look, what your thoughts were, what your experiences were, that was you expressing. And you hold on to that. You can cherish that. You can see that, right? Why would you want to delete it? Not just a part of history, but a part of you, right? Do I only want to appear perfect? I think I would be scared of someone that only presented the good to me and they hid the darkness and the bad. You know what I mean? I'm not saying lead with that. But it's important. It truly, truly is. So I love her dearly. I understand more and more by and by what she meant by don't delete it. As much as I cringed reading my poetry to her and whatnot, I'm like, what was I, And she made the comment, you don't know how many lives you may save or who you may have helped along the way. And I guess, most importantly, myself, right? Is that what the song means? Stop the love you say, maybe your own. I never quite got it. I don't know. I can still break it down. I was like, what does that mean? I had to stop. And the love I saved was my very own, right? I saved myself. Now, it may be a testimony, a testament, to others. But as I was saying, going back, now I'm kind of recalling a bit more, because when I kind of scroll through it, I'm like, ooh, maybe I should delete it. Like, no, I can't disrespect what she said. And even if I don't understand right now, there's a reason behind, there's a purpose for it, right? So, of course, there's too many. There's over 1,000, over 1,400, I think. But going back to the water, especially the ocean, well, they're all beautiful, right? But the time I was at the ocean and at the parks, I'm like, oh, because I love the water, or around animals and squirrels and birds. But as well, just the intimate conversations in the living room, in the car, on the trails, wherever I am, there he is. Let's see here that the spirit is. So what if I erased all the history? I just deleted it. I was just like, disgusted, or I was ashamed, appalled, whatever, a person may feel, or just like shocked and dismayed. I don't know, embarrassed, like, I sound like Lord, please let me delete that one. What was I? No. Okay, let me back away from the what if. I feel that was beautiful to God, to the spirit, right? To delete it is like saying, I'm trying to delete our relationship, the journey. And I think that would grieve. Well, I won't say that. I won't do that. It would be sad to delete that beautiful love story. Yeah. No matter how I looked, if I was just a baby crawling, or a toddler barely walking, wherever I was on my spiritual journey, that was precious as I grew, right? And I bloomed, and I have not arrived. So what if, as I was saying before, I couldn't go back and visit that. I couldn't see it. I couldn't fall in love over and over again. I couldn't see where I came from. What does that look like in history? I talked about Dr. King. Oh, I wrote a poem. What was it? Oh, what's today? Is today Thursday? I wrote a poem. I think it was Tuesday. It was early. I'm just going to recite it. I'm not reading it. It's been a minute. I recorded it on top of the mountain as well. But from memory, if I don't, leave out any words, it is called Dr. King. Let's see. This is Tuesday. Okay, Dr. King. What was it? Okay, I've written poems about Dr. King. That's how impressed I am of his humanity. Epitome of peace. Marched, suffered, lied awake at night, gave his life, stood in the gap for civil rights. Sons and daughters visit the museum envisioned by his beautiful wife. Mrs. Coretta exudes elegance and light. Because of her courage, I am inspired to write. By his side as he accepted the Nobel Peace Prize, staring at the image, tears flow from my eyes. Pride fills my soul. And as she laid him to rest, her journey continued down the road. At the sound of his voice, I pause. I feel the love of God deep within. Thanks to the family, his legacy won't end. In the face of the King of Kings, Martin raised a torch on Mount Calvary, where Jesus died for our sins, leading protesters Selma to Montgomery, a dream hope could not abandon. Kids would not be judged by the color of their skin. Forefathers bled on the bridge to be counted in. The right to vote unchained from discrimination based in equality. Leaving racism and bigotry behind, joining hands till all men are free. Okay, so that was from Tuesday. Anyways, I pause a bit. But Dr. King, so I have discussed before, I unplugged. I had to. I don't know if I'm just super gentle and sweet. I don't know. But I cannot just like have a lot of news coming in. I mean, unless it is my assignment and unless it's something I can help resolve or whatever, But nevertheless, what people have shared with me was the things that have been removed, erased, deleted. I'm like, And recently at a park, there were several exhibits, houses, from historical, sites that had been moved to the park so tourists or visitors could go in and you say, oh, this is from whenever, the 1900s or 1800s, whatever. But the part that was related to slavery and to the owner of the slaves, the person, what do you call it? I guess the museum guide said, no, there was a fire. I'm like, dang. And then, I guess they couldn't salvage it, so they went ahead and just took it away. The slave quarters, the, I guess like the cabin, or the home. And again, the owners, home. So there was a person visiting. She was like, I'm a photographer, and it's so disappointing. I wanted to see it. That's what I came here for. There's not even a plaque that says what was here. Even if it did burn down or whatever happened, why is it not here? So the museum guide, he said, well, it's not historians that took it away. That part I did hear. Because maybe they understand the depth, the purpose, the need, the importance of history, of the landmarks, of the homes, of whatever it is, how dark it is, to see it. I know I do have a hard time walking through some things, like, be it Bloody Sunday or the 6 kids that were bombed in the church in Alabama. I believe it was Birmingham, if I'm correct. Rosa Parks, and again, Dr. King, Mrs. King. And not just Black history, but, the Holocaust. There's so many things throughout history that we need to see, to understand. So I'm not in any way, shape, or form comparing my journey, my devotions to that history. But if it's not there, if it's not represented, there's no representation of it, of no knowledge of it, then how do we learn from it? How do we cherish, how do we celebrate the strides that we've taken? And give thanks to the people that have bled and died and marched and suffered, right? So I understand what the educator, my beautiful mentor, was telling me, was saying. No matter how dark it may look, how awful it may seem, how much you may cringe, you don't delete it. And yes, I have deleted some things. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I have not. Even then I was like, oh, this one's gotta go. Lord forgive me. But overall, I got most of it. You know, nobody's perfect. I gotta work it. Okay, anyway. I should do a song. I don't even know what song to sing behind that. Oh, cause oh yeah, the stomach rumbling and growling. I didn't even think about that when I was going through the devotions. I'm like, yeah, I just kind of was over that part. Cause I'm like, yeah, whatever it is, be it stress or be it nervousness, it will go to my belly. And if I drink like a soda, something carbonated, blah, 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 I'm like, yeah, it's just going to be on there or whatever. You know, so I don't think it was so much that. It's just, God, how elementary certain things seem to me. Like, I should have known better. Like, why was I so stuck on something? Why didn't I move faster? You know, why didn't I progress? What took me so long to get down that road? Right? And I don't think that was the purpose, the point, right, of saving those things, of looking back at the journey. Like, who's going to go back and say, why did they take so long to march? You know, why? You know, was it hard to get out of the bed? Why? You know, so I think it's more so, thank God, you know. How I got over. I know Mahalia Jackson sings the song, and I think I have it saved. I need to add it to my playlist. How I got over. Sometimes I'll look back and wonder how I got over. But now we don't even wonder. We know that it's thanks to the Holy Spirit, to God that strengthens us. That's how He made it. And I don't know that song. Sometimes I look, how I got over. I can't think of the tune. And I get stuck on that a lot through my devotions. Like, ugh. Sometimes I look back and wonder, how does that go? How I got over. Okay, well, anyways, I'm going to leave that one there. Before I completely destroy it. So, again, don't delete the journey. My uncle, I know I bounced off of that real fast. Because I don't know, just using him as an example, if it's shame. But I'm like, that was you. That's where you came from. That's what you did, you know. And I think for me, if I can relate it to my own personal journey, if I hide from God my thoughts, my innermost thoughts, feelings, emotions, pain, fears, whatever it may be, then how can I grow? How can I bloom? How can I heal? Most importantly, right? And I think anyone in that intimate space, and my time is getting, okay. Not that they are God, but they would understand a bit more who I am. Like, who am I? So again, for my uncle, I'm like, well, you know, I don't think if I truly love someone or care, that should deter me. It may be hard. And it may take God moving me through whatever it is they did or did not do. But I think at the end of the day, if I am truly, you know, a follower or a believer, then it's that love that will conquer all.